Well, you know what it is. The closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange. It was a good day for Dow Jones. Stocks are up about 400 points.
The S&P 500 and NASDAQ also saw some modest gains. They've ticked up around 1.3%. For more on all that's happening, let's bring in Dan Gallagher. He's one of those ears for the Herd on the Street column from the Wall Street Journal. It's good to have you here because your latest article looks at the slowing growth of Zoom. And I'm curious, Dan, now that most workers are back in the office, what efforts has Zoom been making to try and continue to grow the company, or at least stave off some of what we would expect would happen as people go back to in-person communications?
Well, in a lot of ways, Zoom has really been trying to get back to what they started as. What they started as was a company that was designed, they wanted to have a good system for video conferencing for businesses. That's what they were designed to do. And then when the pandemic happened, everybody discovered that, hey, this is a really easy service to use. And they started using it for everything from, Zoom Thanksgivings and happy hours and everything else. So that part of the business really soared. And this is a company that went from less than $500 million in annual sales to $4 billion in annual sales in in something like 18 months. Wow. So it was huge, it made them a household name. Mm-hmm. But of course, that pulled forward a lot of growth for them.
I think it's also been adapted into so many other industries. I mean, in education, in the medical field, and healthcare, there's so many areas where Zoom wasn't a thing, and people are able to offer services now remotely. But what we have been seeing over the last several weeks is a trend of big layoffs in tech companies, from Twitter, of course, one grabbing the most headlines, to Amazon, to Meta. How has Zoom been affected, if at all, by these layoffs across the industry?
Well, Zoom is affected by layoffs in a couple of ways. One is that there's fewer workers, to come in, obviously, to an office. And because when you're an enterprise software business, your business is based on getting what's called seat count. So you get a big company, they pay based on the number of seats or essentially employees that are going to be using it. So if a company shrinks its employee base, that's less seats for a company like Zoom. I don't know what kind of business Zoom had with those specific companies you mentioned, but overall, when you have a market where there's a lot of layoffs going on, companies like Zoom tend to see their addressable market, get hit, and so their growth slows naturally.
But just to be clear, their employees have not been hit. I mean, Zoom as a company has not had to lay off employees quite yet.
They haven't done that yet, and they haven't really signaled they have. They're in kind of a different state. I mean, they're still a very profitable business, but they're trying to invest in getting more big businesses to sign on. So they're investing in R&D, investing in their sales force. So they're not trying to cut that back, but what that does do is that raises their expenses, and their profit margins shrink at this time. That their growth is also shrinking a lot because it has those difficult comparisons.
Dan, I'm struck by, as we're talking about the next stage of communications, your background, a blackboard and chalk writing behind you, and and sort of the contrast of those. I'm wondering, when we're looking forward to what Zoom might become, what they might be researching, when we're looking at a future of communications, what do you expect from the company in the long term?
Well, I expect Zoom is going to be around a long time. I think people forget that they did make something that was really a much easier to use service for video conferencing. I think they did that very well, and their success is a sign of that. But they are facing a lot of competition now. Microsoft and Google especially have services like this that they bundle with other things. What Zoom is really trying to get business customers to buy into is this hybrid approach where people aren't in the office all the time, but they're in there some of the time. So you want to have, rooms and technology so that people can have meetings where some are there and some aren't there. That's their vision, but that takes off, especially, what we see as a potential recession is really bad timing for them because they're really trying to grow this at a time when companies overall need to kind of shrink their spending. Mm-hmm. So I think that's just going to happen slower for them.
All right.
And the poem back there, Wild Geese?
We're captivated by it.
I'm captivated by the poem behind you. We'll look it up. Dan Gallagher, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.